Hey guys, welcome to the part 5 of blog using Django 4.0. In this one, we are going to code to create blog post. So let's get started. For that, we have to come in the views.py of blog. For creating post also, we are going to use the class based views. So I'm going to use class. I'll call this as create post. And we are going to first of all pass in the generic dot create view. And secondly, I want the create view to be available only when the user has logged in. So we are going to pass in the login required mixin. The login required mixin. Okay, we'll put a comma and we have to import this. So we are going to import that. That will come from Django dot contrib dot auth dot mixins import login required mixin. So this will be handled, and if user is not logged in, that we have to send the user to login URL. So that I'll do over here. What is my login URL? I have to specify in this class. So that will be, I'll use reverse lazy. So reverse lazy, and I'll pass in the name of the URL, that is login. That will come from here and it will send the user to this path. So that is done. After that, we need to also specify the success URL. So success URL, this will be also reverse lazy. After the user has created the post, we want to send the user to post underscore list page, post list, and this will be small p. So it will send me to the blank path and it will show me all of the posts. So that was that. And then we have to specify the form. So it will be form underscore class, and this will be post form. We haven't imported the forms yet, so we'll do that now. So from dot forms import comment form and post form. So that is taken care of now. And over here we can specify either the model or the query set, but I'm going to specify query set because this remains to be similar in Django REST framework as well. So over there we use query sets, so that's why we'll do over here query set itself. So post objects dot all, that was that. And then we actually this will automatically take in the template, but I'll explicitly specify it over here. So template name, it will be blog slash post form dot html. Now we'll go to this post form and let me show you some. In the post form, we have specified that author should be a hidden field. That means user won't be able to see that field. But backend of course requires this value. So what we are going to do is, in the views, we are going to override the post method, and in that we are going to specify the logged in user's ID as author. So let's do it now. Def post, this will take in self request. We'll also give it arguments here, gs, and also keyword arguments. Request dot post. So this will have all the data that is submitted in the front end, but this is immutable. So for that we have to make it first of all mutable. So underscore mutable is equal to true, and then we'll use dot post and dictionary, and in this it will be author field, and we are going to request dot user. So this will mean that whoever is logged in, that user to author. That's why we have used logged in mixin over here. And once we have given the author, we need to make the mutable again false. Request dot post underscore mutable is equal to false. Or you all can directly store this value in some temporary variable and then give it over here, but then I know it is false, so that's why I'm giving it over here. And after this we have to do is form self dot get form. So this will get this form, and then if form is valid, we are going to return self dot form valid. and I'll pass in the form. So this will do all the further processings like creating the data, etc., and returning to the successful URL. And if it is not valid, then we have to return this to self.form invalid form. Okay, so this will take care of any errors and show it to the front end. So the main motive behind overriding this post method was giving the author value as the logged in user. So that is done, and we have to create this for a template, and it will come under blog folder. So post underscore form.html. Again, this will extend the base.html. So I'll do that. Extends blog/base.html. And over here we are going to load static because I want to show or preview the image that user is going to upload. And inside the blog content, and this and block dot card dot empty -4 dot rounded. Again, I'm using over here m8 to do it quickly, and in that it will have card dash body. Over here I'm going to specify h4, and see, we are going to use the same form for editing and updating as well. So I'm going to check if the post.id exists. Whatever the data will be passed from here will be in post, and id means that means it is, we are editing it. Okay, so edit, else it will be new, and if, and after that we are going to say post. So new post or edit post will show the title as, and after that I'm going to put a hr, and then there will be form will method will be post, sorry, it's not action, method. And then since we are going to also upload image, so we are going to do is encrypt multipart form data. After this, since it's form, so we have to specify the CSRF token, and we are going to then show the form.sp, and then we'll have a p tag. This will be class text and, because I want to show the buttons on the right hand side, that's why text and a. First of all, I will have a cancel button because I don't want to edit or create a new field, new post. So I'll send the user back to the post list post. So it will be post underscore list URL. Class will be button dash secondary. It is cancel button, and then we'll create a button to submit the form. So this will have a type of submit, because this button is inside the form, so it will submit the form. I don't have to do anything else. I'll give the text as save, and I'll give the class that is a styling button dash primary. So these were the buttons. Now let's create a preview section for the image. Div, I'll give this as id as preview section, and by default I'll keep it as hidden. So style display none. Then over here we are going to show an hr so that it separates the form and the preview. Then we'll have a p, which is image preview, a text. Then we'll have image over here. So source won't be anything. Alt also will remove. We'll give it id. id will be preview image, and class will be img-fluid. So this class comes from the bootstrap again. And before block ends, we will have two scripts, one for the medium editor, so it will be new medium editor, and we'll use content over here. So what does this mean? This will initiate medium editor for the class content. And where will the class content come from? Go back to the forms. The content field will have a class of content. Then we'll have one more script. This will be used for preview image. I'll create a function for that. So function preview image, and this will take in a file. Sorry, this is preview, and over here as well it is preview. Sorry. First of all, let's take the preview section and remove this display none. We'll do that quickly, where div will use pure JavaScript. So document.getElement by ID, and the ID over here is preview section. Since we are using JavaScript, so I'll shift to using single quote. And then div.style.display will be equal to block. So that was div. We have made it visible to the user. Now let's take in the image, and we'll change the source to the image which is selected. So I'll call this as where output. This will be document.getElement by ID, and again over here I'll use this preview image ID. Y'all can use any other plugin instead of directly using this JavaScript. That is fine, but for this video I'm just going to use plain JavaScript. So for this output.src, that is source, will be equal to file which I have passed in, and then output.onload, I'll make a function, and this function will url.revoke URL, object URL, and output.source, so that we free up some memory. So that was that. Now preview image function is ready. Whenever user selects the image, we have to invoke this. So let's do that now. That will be done by document.getElement by ID again, and I'll use the field over here. So it is ID_image. The field name is image, and since this is the ID, so ID_image. .onChange, call a function, and that function will be this preview image, and I'll pass in the file, that is url.create object URL of the event.target.files. Select the 0th file. What does this mean? Whenever user selects an image, it is stored inside that input, and inside the input, inside the target, files are selected. So I am selecting the 0th file that is selected and creating a object URL from that and sending it to preview image, and that URL is used in the output source, that is this image source, and then after that we revoke the object URL. So that's it. Let's save it and check it out. We'll log in first. I'll log in as this user. There's one slight problem. We haven't created the link in the nav bar, so let's go ahead and create that now. Go to the base.html, and whenever user is authenticated, let's show him that URL. So I have copy pasted it, and this will be new post. And what will be the URL for new post? So we'll go to URLs, and looks like we haven't created the URL yet. So let's create that. I'll copy paste this again, and I'll call it as post/new/, okay, and this will be post create post as view, and I'll call this as post_new, and we'll use this new in the URL. Let's save it again, go to the browser, refresh, and there we go, a new link has appeared, and we'll go to the new post. So this is how the form looks. We'll create one post, okay. So blog post 2. So let me paste some content inside this. Oh, looks like we are getting some preview as well, and we'll select an image. Yes, after selecting the image, we are getting a preview at the bottom. That is great. And let's save and check it out if it works or not. And yes, that worked. But we are not seeing the new post. Why is that? In the models.py, we have specified that on upload the default status will be 0, that is in draft mode, and when we view the list we have filtered it only by the status is equal to 1. So let's go to the admin side and for now change the status of the new post. Let me log out and log in as admin, and we'll go to the admin side. We'll go to the posts, blog post 2, and I'll change this to publish. Save and view site. And there we go, our new post has appeared. So that's it for this video, guys. In this video, we were successfully able to create a new blog post by using our code. And in the next video, we are going to see the detailed view. What I mean by detailed view is when we click on this, it will take me to a new page and it will show the entire content of that blog. So see you in the next one.